Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Whoop whoop! That's right, Drab Oaks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, Captain Coder, here on this beautiful Saturday night. Saturday night for me. Saturday night, and the feeling's right, and I got my cup of Earl Grey, and we're ready to hop in. Drab Oaks run. It's the opposite time zones, 4 a.m. That's when I know. Are you going? You're just waking up? You're just waking up? Or you getting ready for bed? Zestins, welcome back to the stream. Ryan, great to see you on this beautiful day. Congratulations. The numbers are all crazy today. The numbers are all crazy today. Have to wake up in 2 hours. Drab Oaks, I guess you just stay awake forever now. Infinitati, I'm in the future. I'm glad to hear you're in the future, my friend. So nice to see all you beautiful people here. 3 Key Girl, Mary Cat. It's so nice to see you beautiful people here on this beautiful day for this beautiful stream on this beautiful world. Folks, you were supposed to wake up an hour ago. Oh dear. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Drab Oaks, crushing that Mooniz. Mooniz is fast asleep. You're going to get those bonus points. You're going to get those bonus points. Almost at 250,000. That is mind-blowing to me. That's so many points. Holy moly. I got to figure out what I need to add in. I was thinking of adding in a redeem to be able to get a custom channel on the Discord, or maybe a custom role on the Discord. I don't know. Something like that. Folks, it's so wonderful to have you here on this beautiful day. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I hope you're having... Drab Oaks, I know you already got that. I know you already got that, but I'm thinking of... I guess that we don't have to have things to do at those points, but people be hoarding up those points like some kind of dragon monster, some kind of dragon, some kind of beast. Folks, welcome back. It's so great to see you. We are here. We are grinding, trying to promote Captain Coders. That's right, saving for the Lambo. We're working on promoting Captain Coders Learn Your Game Jam because I want you to learn something new. I want you to join the community, share what you learn, and by doing that, enter to win a little bit of a prize here. Over $750 in prizes. Finished dinner. Homemade Alfredo cheesy French bread pizza. Oh, Mary Cat, give me some of that. Mary Cat, give me that. Give me that. Sounds delicious. Get some sleep, Tawny. Take care of yourself. Your portals look awesome, by the way. Have a good night's rest. Thank you so much for popping in. It's great to have you here. Finished hiding all those wires in the entertainment center. Nice. Reclaiming my craft room. Let's go. We did some crafting today. We got a miter saw. So now we can do nice angled cuts. We're building some frames so we can make some moss wall structures. I'm super excited for it. Travel the world. It's so nice. It's so nice to see you here today. Travel the world. How the heck are you doing, my friend? Welcome back to Captain Coder's Academy. It's so nice to see you. Moss walls, yeah. So we're building out some frames with it. We got a miter saw so we can do it. I'm so excited this summer. I'm looking forward to doing some hardware stuff. I want to build an arcade cabinet this summer. And so I want to get a bunch of camera setup stuff. Oh, there's so many things I want to do. But I think we're going to stream making a arcade cabinet this summer. I think that's going to be super fun, super cool to do. So we'll go through the whole process of buying all the components, pricing them out, getting all the wood, and then like doing all the stuff. I need to get a table saw. I have a miter saw. We have a hand saw. I want to get a table saw as well. I really want a laser cutter, but we're not going to do that. But a table saw, and then I think I'll have everything I need to make all the cuts to make the arcade cabinet, which is going to be super fun to do. So fun to do. All right, folks, but we are working on Captain Coder's Learn Your Game Jam. It's coming here 10 days away. We're going to get all the people we can. If you haven't signed up yet, travel the world. Mary Cat, 3 Key Girl, if you want to learn how to make a game, join Learn Your Game Jam, learn something new. And just by entering, you're entered to win $50 in our raffle. So I hope you'll consider joining if you can, or at least spread the word, because the word is the great word of Learn Your Game Jam. Let me get it out there. what are we working on today? What have we been doing? We've been learning something new every day. And right now, the game jam is the word, Dramwell. It's not the bird, the game jam. The game jam jam. The game jam jam. Jam jam jam. The game jam jam. Gotta learn the game, learn you a game jam. We are in the process of learning some Godot here. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's a little, it's quite, I was gonna say it's a little bit different than Unity. It's quite a bit different than Unity. GD script is pretty nice. I miss my typed language. I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of C# features I'm missing. Let me show you what we got so far. We got this little game here. We got this enemy that patrols back and forth. We can jump up on things. I can bounce off the enemy as well. I want to get it. Oh, that didn't quite work. The angle. Oh, the angle's not working there. If the angle, I gotta decrease that angle, I suppose. Maybe I'll make it, right now it's a 20-degree angle, so it's very tight. Maybe I'll widen it to 45 degrees so we can hit it. But I'm working on implementing the code here for stomping on these enemies. And so I'm not entirely sure the best way to do it. But we have this thing, so our hitbox here, so we can jump on this guy. There's a little bit to it here. I think I'm gonna change my stomped enemy attack here in this script, stomped enemy attack behavior. I think I want to change this angle of hit to a 45-degree angle. If we're coming at 45, 20 seems too small. If we do 45 here, I think it'll be quite a bit better. So I hit run here. And now, coming at it from most angles, I'll be able to get it. I'm like trying intentionally not to, and I have to come in pretty hard at a pretty weird angle to miss it. So if you're too close on this side, you'll miss it. But you'll be able to jump on these guys from the top, which will be nice. You're not going to actually bounce on them. This is going to actually kill them. It's going to destroy the enemy, give you maybe some points or something. But yeah, that's what we're working on, implementing just little mechanics here like this, so we can stomp this guy. Good, stomp him real good. Got the tofu man and the meanie beanie. I'm gonna take that meanie beanie out. So we have this here, we have the check stomp like this, and I'm trying to figure out, so I have the stomp enemy. We check if it's part of a stompable enemy group, and it is beneath us. I want to find a node in my child, which is essentially like our enemy controller, some kind of enemy thing that we can call kill on it, so like a death script of sorts. So I want to have in my enemy patrolling AI behavior, maybe adding in a script just called like enemy death script, or having some sort of thing that says on kill that we can trigger, some sort of thing we're gonna need to be able to trigger to have it switch to going into an animated character controller. Might be the thing we want to do here. But animated character controller has this character body which chooses which direction to go. We also need to have a variable of whether or not we're alive or dead. And so I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Our animated character is going to have to be able to switch into the dead state. There are some events we could potentially do. And so I'm thinking of adding in a behavior script called living behavior, a living behavior like this. So this will be a node we can attach to something. Class name, living behavior, like that. We'll have a living behavior, and living behavior, we can essentially have two things. We're gonna have a signal. We have a state is living, so we'll add in a Boolean. We could potentially might end up having more, but we'll have a variable. We'll have a public. I don't know if public's even a thing we do, but we'll have a variable is alive, and we have this set to true. I suppose we can export this so that we can like click it to have it change. Well, actually, that's not going to work too well. But essentially, this just exists so that way you can have a trigger that will, you have a variable on it. You can look in, see, is this thing alive? Does it have a living behavior? Does it have an is alive on it? Check whether or not it is living or not. And then have a way to kill it and have a signal that other people can listen to that says whether or not it is destroyed. So on death on killed, like this. And I don't think it has any argument, just on killed. Maybe we have this send like the actual entity information or something along those lines with it. But that's sort of all I want in here. And then have a variable, a function kill, like this. And all kill is going to do is set is alive to false. And then on killed dot emit. So it's just going to say, hey, this thing got killed when this method is called.
Whoa.
Robotech 83. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the crew. Thank you so much for rating me. We got Robotech, you know, you're great, you're grand, you're cool. Thank you for rating me. Robotech, how the heck was your stream? Tell us all about it. Tell us all about it. Thank you so much for the shout out to Robotech. Folks, if you guys aren't following Robotech, be sure you're following Robotech. Click that heart. Click that heart. Click it. Click it. Robotech, what were you working on? If you got any links, feel free to send them our way. If you got a rating run, no worries, my friend. We are here today promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, but I could tell you all about it, but I'm going to have, instead, let's have this fella. This fella seems to know what he's talking about. I have this fella to tell you all about Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Raiders, welcome in. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator, and Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. We'll see you there. So be sure to check out Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam because it's all about learning. It's all about learning and something new. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Robotech, we're talking about building a robot, and a game dev learning how to make a GD. So were you making like an actual physical robot or making a robot in your game? Game design documents are awesome. Braxton, welcome back to the stream. Is that iPaella? iPaella, or is that an L? Is that an I or an L? I can never tell. Paella, paella. Thank you for following me today. Good evening, Braxton. It's great to have you here on this beautiful day. We are learning a little bit of Godot, physical robot. That's so cool. That's so cool. This summer, I want to build an arcade cabinet, not a robot, but do some hardware stuff. Build an arcade cabinet, running a MAME emulator on it. So not a whole lot of hardware, but building out that cabinet, hooking it up, wiring all the things in there. I have all the joysticks and stuff. I'm gonna do a 4-person arcade cabinet. Maybe we'll do a 2-person first, but I think a 4-person arcade cabinet would be super cool. But what are we working on tonight? We're out here promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I'm learning some Godot. I'm learning about some Godot. We have a very simple platformer right now that we're working on. So you're controlling the tofu guy. You can jump. We're working on the kill script. Right now you can bounce on this guy, but you can't kill him yet. So we're working on making it so you can, if you jump, boom, kill him. We can collect coins. So that's what we're working on right now. The enemy here, making sure we can kill him. Right now he's just a patrol. When he bumps into something, he turns around. And so I'm creating this script for it. A living behavior tells us whether or not an entity is alive. If the entity is alive, we can call kill, and then that will send messages out to everyone saying that this thing was killed. One other thing I want to add in here, if is alive, we only want to actually kill them once if they are alive. And then essentially there's like some queuing that we need to do in this. And I don't think it's this thing that needs to be on queued. It's like the parents. So I'm curious, parents, get parents dot queue free. I think this is what we're gonna do. Say, jump on this guy, and then it's gonna kill the parent. We might even export the target to destroy on this, so you could potentially have it nested inside. But I think for now, I'm gonna do is get the parent and remove the parent. But Robotech, once again, thank you so much for the raid. I'm glad to have you. Finsipity, welcome back to the stream as well. Great to have you all here. Solar Labyrinth, you're wonderful. Panda Coder, welcome in. Yeah, streaming off schedule a little bit, getting late over here. It's pretty late for Captain Coder in these parts. Pretty late. I'm usually an early bird, but we're doing a little bit of off schedule streaming to do our best to promote this, so everyone has an opportunity to know about Captain Coder's on New Game Jam. Let's come over here in our enemy. We're going to add in a living behavior to our enemy. Okay, so we have a living behavior here. And now what we can do is in our player has this a stomp enemy attack behavior. And when we stomp on the enemy, we're saying if it is a stompable enemy and it is beneath us, go and find, we want to go find, well, I guess queue it to be destroyed is not quite what we want to do yet. So there's going to be an animation that we have to play. So there's a little bit more to do it. Bubbly Berkey, thank you so much for the follow. Bubbly Berkey, I'd like to welcome you to the family. Bubbly Berkey, thank you for following me. Thank you so much for the follow. So my question is there a way, so I know I have the thing that we collide with, is there a get child? I want to find the subclass of this. I want to go look at the node documentation. If I do node n var n node like this, can I just go look at node? I want to look at the oh, beautiful. I'm learning how to navigate this stuff a little bit better. Child. I want to get children of this. Direct children of a node should have a unique name. Gotcha. Do you know the node name? Yes, I do. I do know the node name. It's living behavior. It will be living behavior. Yeah, living behavior. Fortune's favorite. Can I get it by a name? Get child, index, get child count, get node, name should work. And that will get the child node. Let's try it. That's not just in the entire scene, is it? It searches just this one node. All right, so here, we're gonna do collider. What happens, so my question is, get node, living behavior. I hate the stringly typedness of this. If I end up changing the name of this script, it would be a little bit annoying. What you do for like making characters for your game jam, I was just wondering what you would do. So there's a couple things you can do. You could choose your learning activity to be creating pixel art, making 3D art, making vector graphic art. You could choose that to be your learning aspect of it. You could also use something like Open Game Art. Open Game Art is sort of my favorite place to use to learn stuff for game jams or prototyping. There's tons of stuff here, especially doing 2D games. 3D is a little bit harder. For example, this Tofu Man sprite I'm using is an open source tile set that I'm using. I use this frequently for prototyping. It's a fantastic one, this one here. But Open Game Art is a really good place to do it. You're welcome to summer break. Whoop whoop. Mr. Mary Cat and myself are public school teachers. Very nice. And the revenge bedtime procrastination is getting wild over here. Staying up late, gaming, movies, and all that fun. Yeah, my last day of school is on Wednesday. So I teach, my last day of teaching is on Wednesday. My last obligation is on the 16th. So we have a field trip for the end of the year that we're doing. Fortune's favorite, thank you so much for the help there. Bubbly Berkey, let me know if that was helpful. You can also join the Discord. And I'm sure you could find a team. In fact, I encourage teams. Learn how to work with other people is super, super important points, add Fortune's favorite. Fortune's favorite. There we go. 250 points. And for asking your question, Bubbly, 125 points. 125 points. And for finishing your school year, Mary Cat, 1,000 points to you. 500 for you, 500 for Mr. Mary Cat. Okay. We're going to get our living behavior. So my question here would be, let's go look at the can I look at the documentation? Ooh, I can't. The documentation for node, though. Let's do get node path. Fetches a node. The node path can either be a relative from this node or an absolute path. Okay. If path does not point to a valid node, generates an error and returns null. So what if that my knowledge is flawed? No, it looks like this is gonna work. I don't want it to throw an error. Attempt to access on screen to access method on return value. So the fact that it generates an error and then returns, if it returns null, that's fine. If it generates an error, that is less fine. Because I don't want to have to do a try catch for it. Let's go check this out. Welcome to lurk mode, Dramox. Get some rest, my friend. I hope you're able to rest. I know you have to get up in a few hours. Let's try this. Var behavior, living behavior. This, and then we're gonna say if living behavior. And I'm not sure if this will work for null. Yeah! Living behavior is alive. Let's try this. Then we bounce, and we will do living behavior dot. And we're going to say that this is a living behavior dot on killed, or no, it'd be kill. Living behavior is could not find type living behavior in current scope. Living behavior. Behavior. There we go. Mistypoed it. There we go. So I'll be able to get, now just to verify that I did this right, kill. This, I want to have, like, I can't refactor this, right? So there's some refactoring things. Lookup symbol. That would be nice. What if I decide to change it? That's okay. I'll have to live with my decisions here. I have to live with my decisions here. All right. Let's try it. Look, I'm seeing some errors come out in my debugger. All right. Stomp enemy node not found living behavior. Oh, it's because I didn't add it. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It'd be nice to have like a has node here. All right, so in our enemy does have a, I spelled it wrong, of course, behavior. There we go. So we did stomp the enemy. So get node will work. If it's not a stompable enemy, we run into some trouble. So if it doesn't have a living behavior, we run into trouble. Boop. But we can destroy it that way. Not bad. I would like to swap it out. So it needs to switch to like a different layer, and I'm gonna have it like fling into the air, give it a little bit of a rigid body. All right, so what I'm gonna do, my thought, we want to have it become the dead. We want it to die. So there's gonna be an animated sprite here. We want it to die. So our animated sprite's gonna happen here. To add a new one, death. So I have a thing called death here. We're going to bring in a new sprite. One thing that bothers me about... I have to hit enter. Okay, one thing that bothers me is I have to hold down control to zoom here, but in the scene editor, just regular scroll zooms. So the difference there is slightly annoying to me. All right, so we're gonna have it so we can pick, kill this guy and it'll play this animation. Okay, so it'll be death. Hey, why didn't it add those? Did I not click? Bummer. I must not have clicked add frames. Delete. And I don't want it to loop. Can I tell it not to loop? No loop. No loop. Okay. And have it go slow, 1 frame per second. So it'll get sad. So it'll be flip. Okay. And then I want it to, maybe. Yeah, we'll have it go into the air and then fall down. So I want to turn this thing into like, give it a rigid body and make it so it doesn't interact with anything. So at the rigid body, it'll fling into the air, then fall off the screen and then disappear. That's the idea that I want. So our animated character controller here, well, let's go back to our animated character controller actually. Our animated sprite, switch back to idle. Okay. When this thing dies, I want to, in my animated character controller, I need a reference. We already have a reference to our animated sprites. I need a reference to my living behavior. All right, so I'm gonna bring my living behavior, and that's interesting that brought both of those in. My living behavior here. Okay. And in ready, I'm going to register on my signal. So I'm gonna do a living behavior dot connect. I'm gonna create a thing that says on death. On death like this. I don't even know if I actually need to do on death. I think I can actually do if living behavior dot is alive. So if it's not alive, animated sprite dot animation equals death. Elif else we have the walk animation. Yeah, I think we can just do this. So if it dies, we can have it go out that way. So we actually don't even need the emit on death. I'm still gonna have that so we can listen to it maybe for a score or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. On death, we'll listen to it. Maybe have some amount of value, some points or something that we'll go through at some point. I could remove it, I'm not using it. I'm not sure we need this play here. I'm a little worried that play will keep resetting that animation, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go into our stomp behavior. We're gonna call living behavior.kill. We're not gonna actually free this. There's gonna be something else we have to do. So I'm not quite sure what that is yet. My idea is it's gonna switch it to a rigid body that pops up and then falls off the screen. So we'll disable all of its collision, but it'll have a rigid body, so it'll go up and then fall off the screen. Hunted Storm, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. We're killing, yeah, that's right. We're killing mini beanies. We got our tofu here. We're killing mini beanies. So this should switch. That was interesting. I guess my character must have died as well. That is interesting. No, why did my character... Are we using the same... So my character, for some reason, must be connected to the same thing. Yeah, my guess... So if we look at the errors, I bet it's saying that this thing doesn't have a death. Right, my character controller. So we must... Animated character controller. My the Tofu Man guy, yeah, it's one of my favorite game artists here. Some great stuff. MC Flesher has really, really great stuff. I really like the Heroine. This is one of my favorite ones as well. The Heroine Dusk art. So good for making a dungeon crawler. Yeah, MC Flesher, one of my favorite open source artists. My player shouldn't die. I'm not sure when my player dies. Managed to get my mates in, and I'm playing my game I'm working on through Steamworks and Fishnet yesterday night. There were some issues, but it works. Awesome, awesome. Share it on the Discord. Share it on the Discord. Yeah, go for it, go for it. You can share it in the chat too if you share it on the Discord. We can look at pictures and stuff a little bit easier. Stomp enemy. Living behavior. Dot kill. Emit. We're not using this. We're just setting is alive to false. My animated sprite. Sorry, my animated character controller needs to reference. Oh, I don't have a living behavior on my player. That's what's going on. Living behavior. Okay. And we shouldn't ever not be alive. Interesting. Jern! Welcome into the stream. How you doing? That's a Terran Marine. What a cool. I haven't seen that emote before. I haven't seen that emote. How you been, friend? Jern, what have you been up to? How was your stream? I don't understand why my character sprite is changing. Very, very weird. Folks, if you guys don't know Irish John, incredible streamer, incredible streamer, game developer, working on a game called Rise of Piracy. Epic real-time strategy game, single player, multiplayer, does it all. Go click that link, wishlist it. Wishlist it now. Do it. Do it now, folks. If you're not always already following Irish John, be sure to do so. Click that heart. You see this heart right here? You don't want to, don't let that heart go away. Click it. Give Jern some love, folks. Jern, how's your game coming along? How was your stream? What have you been working on, my friend? What did you do today? I missed your stream today. I've been super busy. We're out here promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I'm learning, in the spirit of learning new things, I'm learning some Godot, GD scripts specifically. Was doing some side project stuff, IK and Blender, nice. For Learn You a Game Jam this year, I'm planning to learn Blender. I'm planning to learn learn Blender is a big task. Learn to do a little bit of 3D modeling in Blender. And then hopefully my goal is to learn a little bit of 3D modeling and character rigging in Unity. That's my plan right now. Let's learn those two things. Mix it up with Blender. Yeah. TB Josh, welcome in. Great to see you again. I was gonna ask, does Godot have live updates, like live coding edits? I don't think so. Let's try it. Let's try it here. Okay, so if I go in here and I modify my coin, let's have it so when I collect coins, it'll go to 2. It does have live updates. Okay, so if I come in here and I change this to 5, it does have live updates. That's kind of cool. So it's interpreted. So it makes sense that it could do that. So pretty nice, pretty nice. With the C# stuff, it doesn't have that for sure. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Easy to check. Glad we know now. Thank you for asking. I didn't think it would work, but it does work, which is awesome. Totally awesome. So, really cool. Yeah. There are some extensions for Unity that let you do some stuff like that too. +1 to Godot, yeah. Has some great stuff going in it. I find, and I think it's just because I'm so used to Unity, I find the hierarchy here gets crazy. I'm just so used to Unity's inspector to having components applied to the inspector like this that this creating, and you don't have to do it this way. You could put one giant script on something and then you wouldn't have this. But this here feels like a lot to put into a thing. So I think I'm just not used to it. A lot of people find it way more intuitive than Unity's system. For what it's worth, a lot of people have found it, and it's what you're used to, right? So I'm super used to Unity because I've been using it for about 2 years. And so when I come into Godot, it's a little bit different. And so it's a matter of practicing these things, getting used to them, and giving them a chance. That's the biggest thing. Give it a chance. Same with the Unity visual scripting. The first time I used it, I was like, I don't ever want to touch this. And now I gave it a longer chance. I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool. There's a lot of nice things about it. The other thing, Jern, about the visual scripting, it compiles. It's not interpreted either. So it compiles into fast bytecode. So it has high performance with the visual scripting when you do a build. I thought that was super cool. I was impressed by it. So I did some research and I looked into it, and the visual scripting compiles into .NET code, .NET bytecodes, which actually compile into AOT codes and go to whichever platform you're on, which is fabulous, super, super cool. What was I doing? My character, for some reason, is switching to a death sprite when it jumps on an enemy, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So my question is, I wrote this living behavior. Kill is alive goes to false. I'm annoyed. Stomp behavior. Oh, no worries, Hunted Storm. We're making a platformer in Godot. So I'm currently working on, so we have this player character. We can move around. We can jump. There's this enemy AI. This enemy just patrols back and forth. When it bumps into something, it turns around. I'm trying to make it so that way when my character jumps and lands on it, the enemy dies. You will notice it kills my player as well for some reason, which I'm not sure I understand why. So I come to my player and I go to my living behavior on my player. No, it still shows I'm alive here. It still shows I'm alive, which is super bizarre. But it has switched my animation to death. Which animated character controller should be referencing that. They're both dead, yeah. So the enemy is actually dead. So when I switch this here, if I just were to switch this, you'll notice the enemy's animation switches to this thing. My player doesn't have that, but what's happening for some reason, that I don't understand, my player is not referencing the correct living behavior. I know why. Let's go to my living behavior script. Thought I was, sorry, not my living, my animated character controller. I should probably rename this. I wish I could rename this easily to behavior. It's looking for living behavior here when I want it to look for a relative living behavior. I'm wondering if I can do this. There we go. It was looking specifically for that one enemies. Now it's looking for the living behavior on this node. There are some things I really like about it, I read. There's some things I really, really like about it. There's some things I just discovered too. Yeah, so that was just a programming error, right? All right, so we got the death animation working. Check this out, I read. I didn't know that this was a thing that we could do. My coin right now, in my coin code, it increases my coins by 1. So when I collect a coin here, my coins go to 1. I can change this while my demo is running, and now my coins are worth 5. So you can live code changes, super cool live code changes. That's something I think is really, really awesome. Yeah, the computer does exactly what you tell it to do. That's right. That's right. For the most part, computers do exactly what you tell them to do. Folks, if you guys don't know iRad Dev, incredible game dev as well. Be sure to go check him out. Give him some love. If you want to watch a developer who's rad, if you want to be a mod, go to iRad Dev stream. iRad Dev will make you a mod. iRad, how the heck have you been? What have you been up to? Did I start my YouTube? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we got that. What I would like to do next is on my... Is there a close all? There is. Okay. What I would like to do next is in my stomp. We do have to emit. Hang on. Let's go to my script. We're going to open the living behavior. Put this signal back in. All right, so we want this signal because I need to send a signal. Is that right? Living behavior is alive. I could put it directly here. My idea is I'm gonna swap in or turn on a rigid body and set its velocity in some way. So my character here, I want to turn off all of its collisions. So my collision shape here, or my enemy here, all of my collision layers. Yeah, so in my living behavior, let's export. Let's grab this, like that. And really, it is the parent of this thing. So I'm not sure if this is actually gonna get it. Maybe it's that. Where's your windmill? Working on shaders, cool. Cool, I'm gonna do an export on this. Export their character body. This is gonna be a, let's make sure that this says it's a bool. This is a character body 2D. And we're gonna turn off all of our collisions. We need a reference to movement and stuff as well. We're gonna disable all the movement. Okay, so there's quite a few things. Export, var, movement, movement, controller, make controller like this. We will do movement controller dot direction equals 0. Character body dot velocity dot y equals -600. So have it fly up. Character body dot collision layers. I want to turn off all of the collision layers. Collision layer equals 0. Character body dot collision mask equals 0. So we're going to turn off the collisions on it. We're going to have it jump into the air. We're going to give it a body here. Sweet, bubbly. Glad to hear it. That's awesome. Jern, have you seen have you done the exclamation point sus here? Did you already do some compute shader stuff in the past? Fuel Snabble. Snabble's a shader expert. We did a live stream. We did a collab where he taught me about shaders. There you go, Hunted. There's our sus. There's our Sasquatch there. I wasn't sure. All right. Okay, we haven't. Oh, I need to connect all these things. I need to connect all these things. Okay. Living behavior. Almost feels like I need an on-death behavior. We're just gonna do this for now. Movement, character, body. I jump way too high when I do that. That was interesting. That was super interesting. Can I... It's almost like in the next physics update we need to do these things. Yeah, I think we need to do it in the next physics update. We can't set the velocity here. It's interesting that that applied it like that, though. I'm going to try one more time. Let me change my player stomp behavior. Player stompable player. Hang on. File open recent. Interesting that doesn't show up there. I renamed it. Stomp enemy attack behavior. Let's turn this line off just for now. Why? Let's pause. So the enemy's still on the screen. It hasn't actually been destroyed yet. Let's look at our collision. Our enemy, remote, enemy. Oh, they're all on. Platform, no, they're all off. Disable move, disable mode. We went through the ground. I wonder if it keeps triggering me going, like, bouncing against it. Is that what's going on? I don't know why my character is going up. I don't understand why my character is moving up here. Are we still colliding with it? I want to be able to hit pause here. Is there a hotkey? F7? But I have to have that window selected. But it shouldn't be. I can't click back over to my window if I'm paused. That's so annoying. What is interesting is my enemy. If I turn this off. Oh, I still collide with it. Interesting. I thought I wouldn't. Okay, well, what am I colliding with? That is weird. If I'm not in a layer, how is my player colliding with it? Or is it colliding with me? My enemy. Turn off all of these things. Of course I couldn't do that. Hang on. I'm used to Unity turning things back on. Enemies, player. All right, so we don't collide now. It should be in layer that. What I don't understand. We can add an exception. my remote here, my enemy. Collision layers that will be included for detecting floor bodies. They'll act as moving platforms. This feels weird. Why are these here? It seems to be related to this. Moving, okay. Floor layers. Why are these all on? We only care about this one. It's weird that these are all on. Interesting. No, for some reason it had all of these as floors by default. And I bet that's what's going on in my player. Is that normal? Set the velocity to apply when you leave a moving platform. I'm super surprised that these are all on by default. I think this is what's going. Yeah. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Let me try it on my end. Are you on Windows? Aztecodev. I would like to welcome you today, Aztecodev. Thank you for following me, Aztecodev. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. Let me see. Does it let me drag things in? All right, so I'm here. I already have this file. Let's rename it. 2. It just lets me drag mine in. I don't know why it might be doing that. Can you try dragging it specifically to the resource folder? Like that? It might just be thinking you're trying to add it somewhere weird. What happens if you try dragging it directly to the resource folder? Yeah, it's because my player was treating everything as a floor. Everything as a floor. But this is interesting. Collision layers that will be included for detecting wall bodies that will act as moving platforms to be followed by character body. By default, all the wall bodies are ignored. By default, all bodies are detected and propagate through velocity. Why is that? I don't understand that. I'm fine turning them off. It's just an interesting behavior. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you were trying to drag it from a zip file in. Gotcha, bubbly. I should have known that. That happens to a lot of my students. Okay, so now, yeah, buddy. We'll do 500, 400, 300. Sweet, sweet. And what we can do now is on my stomp any behavior, switch up the form, maybe make it a variable. Export var bounce force flow equals -400. Bounce force. Beautiful. All right, got ourselves a little platformer. Boom. Got him. Got him. All right, so now we want to destroy it. So there's a couple ways we could do this. I'm thinking of just adding a timer, which I don't know how to do. Now we add the if rest of game, add rest of game. Easy peasy. Easy peasy indeed. Is there a timer? Godot timers. There's a timer node, I think. Sweet. Let's go look. Godot timer. Counts down a specified interval and emits a signal on reaching 0, can be set to repeat or one-shot mode. Timers are affected by engine.timescale. A higher scale means quicker timeouts and vice versa. Create a one-top timer without instantiating and use scene tree.create timer. Sweet. So we'll do scene tree.create timer. Is that right? Scene tree. Too few arguments. The amount of time, process. Returns a scene tree which will emit a timer after a given time is elapsed. And if process always is set to false, pausing the scene tree will pause the timer. If physics is true, it will update during the physics frame instead of the process frame. Process always I want to be false, because if we pause, we probably won't have a pause, but if we do pause, I want us to wait. We're gonna wait till we fall off the screen. Number of seconds. If ignored timescale is set to true, we'll ignore the timescale. One shot delay. Okay. Get tree, create timer. Connect is probably what I want. Okay, so our living behavior, create timer. 5 seconds. False. Like this. Cannot call non-static function creator on the class scene tree directly. Make an instance instead. Do I have to get tree? Get tree. Dot create timer. 5 false. And this returns a timer. Timer, scene tree timer. Timer dot connect. Okay. We're gonna add in, say when this thing is done. I wonder, can I do lambdas? I don't know. Finish death or remove from scene or queue free. That's really what I want to do. Function or connect function argument 1 should be a string name but is callable. Timer.connect. All right, let's go look at time left, time out. Emitted when the timer, okay, timer.timeout is what I want. Timer.timeout.connect queue free. So when the timer goes off, we will free ourselves. So we'll remove ourselves from the scene. Let's try it. And it's hard to see here. So one thing that is a little bit that I miss from Unity is being able to go into my scene view and view things outside of my camera range in the universe here. All right, but I can come over to my enemy here and see what happens. Create a timer. After 5 seconds, did this get destroyed? I need it to remove to queue remove on the parent. On the parent, you'll notice it got rid of our living behavior. Okay, so this should be get parent dot queue free. Let's try that. There we go. Removed it after 5 seconds. Okay. Sweet. So we got a little animation that shows when you defeat the enemy. I'm quite happy with that. Let's do a commit. Let's save our work here. Not that one. Here we go. Get status git commit dash m. We're gonna do a chore here, and the chore is, or a feature, I suppose. Feature. Show animation and remove enemy when stomped. We have the ability to stomp our enemies now, which feels really good. Feels really good. Okay, let's take our enemy and let's turn it into a prefab that we can add in a variety of different places. So this would be a node. I'm going to take this node down here. We're going to add it in like that. And then I'm just going to call it Meanie Beanie Enemy. Okay. Didn't like that at all. That was weird. I wanted to save that as a scene. Can I, I thought if I'm pulling this out would save this as a scene. Okay, just didn't like the name I gave it, I guess. Now I have to, okay, it did actually turn it into a scene. Now I should be able to add in multiple enemies. I need to go into this and zero out the transform. There we go. And let's reposition these guys. So they should just patrol in here. They don't. Okay. Export var error. Saying movement controller is not set. On our patrolling AI behavior. Welcome back to Mary Cat's Full Attention. You're always welcome to lurk here. Did you find anything interesting in your rabbit hole? Mary Cat, was there anything interesting down there? Let's make sure all our nodes are connected here. It's saying our patrolling AI is missing our movement controller. Okay, so we can assign that there. Why did these all get reset? Okay, so I have to reattach all these things, which is super annoying. Are you kidding? There you go. Movement controller. Character. Oh, so what's nice is this kind of... Okay, so I can see how you could use this. Okay. I'm seeing... Right now. So now we have multiple enemies, and the enemies bump into each other like that. So we got enemies working, Mary Cat. So we can stomp them. Oof. Got him. Got him. Can collect coins. Sweet. Sweet. Feels pretty good. Feels quite nice there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm quite happy with it. All right, let's go ahead and save our work. We pulled these out. Let's create a little git status. I'm gonna get better at git add git commit dash m chore create enemy scene like that. So we have our meanie beanie enemy there. We'll go ahead and push this up. What would I like to add next? Let's go into our main scene here. We can have enemies. We can stomp our enemies. It would be nice to add in... One thing that I think would be nice is making it so you can get like a boost if you land on the enemy and you're holding jump. Get a little jump boost. It's just sort of like in Mario. If you jump on an enemy and you hold the jump, and you keep holding jump, when you hit the enemy, you'll get a little boost off of it. That's one thing we could do. Proton, we can have hats. Let's get a hat on this stack. Proton, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, friend? Thank you for the hat. Thank you for the hat. Or do we want this hat? Or do we want this hat? Proton, which hat do you want? Hat 1, hat 2, hat 1, hat 2, hat 1, hat 2, hat 1. Oh, we just get both of them. Hat 1 and hat 2. Easy, easy. There we go. Hat 1, 2. Hat 1, 2, 3. Hat 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for the hat redeems. Orion, welcome in. Jormunder, great to have you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Proton, how the heck have you been? How's your demo coming along? Or I think you finished your demo. Folks, if you guys don't know, Proton, incredible streamer. Incredible Commodore 64 coding guru, musician, graphician, does it all. A legend of legends, a legend amongst legends. All right, so we got ourselves a meanie beanie, we got ourselves a tofu guy. Let's. Ooh, what happened here? Let's do a thing. Yeah, I remember you sent us your demo. What have you been working on recently since you finished your demo? Can kill these guys. Maybe we add in like a parallax background or something. Maybe we actually go ahead and build out a level. I feel like spikes is usually what I add in next. Spikes, I think I do. Oh, let's do a tile map. Let's actually make a tile map. Let's make a little tile map. That's what I want to do. Tile map. Which I haven't done yet, but we got these beautiful sprites to make a tile map from. So let's go ahead and add those in and see if we can do a tile map. Tofu Man tiles. Okay, bring them in here. Nope, bring them in here. And we want to create a tile map. Create a tile map. I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna go to the Godot documentation and search for tile map. Upgrading tile map. Here we go. Node for 2D tile-based maps. Tile maps use a tile set which contain a list of tiles which are used to create grid-based maps. A tile map may have several layers laying out tiles on top of each other. For performance reasons, all tile maps updates are batched at the end of a frame. Notably, this means that things from a tile set scene collection source may be initialized after their parent. This is only queued inside of it. Okay, let's check out how to do tile set. Maybe we'll use a tutorial using tile maps, might be the tutorial we want to read. You're learning again? Nice. You know I love learning. We're out here promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, by the way. If anyone wants to learn something and get entered to win $50 while you do it, be sure to check out Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. You can learn and code and grow together as a crew, and 5 people will be entered to win. You're entered to win a drawing where 5 people will win $50 each. And if you do incredibly well with your learning, you could win $250. A tile map is a grid of tiles used to create a game's layout. There are several benefits using tile map nodes to design your levels. First, they make it possible to draw the layout by painting the tiles onto a grid, which is much faster than placing individual sprites one by one. Second, they allow for much larger levels because they are optimized for drawing large numbers of tiles. Finally, you can add collision, occlusion, and navigation shapes to tiles, adding greater functionality to the tile map. Specifying a tile set in the tile map. If you followed the previous page of using tile sets, all right, let's go there. A tile map is a grid of tiles used to create blah, 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 blah. To use tile maps, you need to create a tile set first. A tile set is a collection of tiles that can be placed in a tile map node. After creating a tile set, creating a new tile set using a tile sheet. This demonstrates the use using Kenny's abstract platformer pack. We'll use this particular tile sheet from the set. Create a new tile map. Okay. And create a new tile set resource in the inspector. All right, so we're going to come over here. Like this. We are going to create tile map. Tile set. New tile set. Okay. We can open that up here. Who codes 3D with IE Blender made objects? I think Jern might. Clayman, I think, also does Blender stuff. My goal for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam is actually to learn some Blender, do some 3D rigging, specifically in Unity. I would ask Irish John or Clayman. I know they do 3D stuff. I know I've seen Clayman using Blender. I'm not sure if John does, but I think I've seen him using Blender as well. Those are the two that come to mind. Dev Rowe also does some incredible stuff in Blender. So those are the three ones that come to mind. Spaceships in Blender for your jam. I think Haunted Storm, awesome. Maybe you can find someone to team up with. Maybe we could team up. Maybe we could do a space thing together. I feel like that would be unfair. I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to team up with people, actually. I'm going to take it back. It feels unfair to do that because then I'd be biased in the judging process. I want to. Question was, who codes? So, do you know anyone who codes 3D with Blender? So you're saying, like, writes scripts for Blender? Codes 3D. I guess I don't understand your question. He was here a little bit earlier. I don't know if he's still here, though. But those are the two people that come to mind. Dev Rowe probably does as well. Okay, so I have a tile map. I created a tile set. My question is, where is this? Okay, tile set down here. Click add. I'm gonna keep reading this before I start. I have some ideas of what I want to do. Having an issue at normal. It's got you. Oh, the other person is Ravier. Ravier often does. I know for a fact that Ravier. Is that how we spell it? Twitch. IER EIR. EIR. Ravier does a bunch of stuff. Yeah. He's not super active right now, but if you were able to catch him, I know he has a Discord though. I know he has a Discord you can join, and that would probably be a good way to find him. Join his Discord. Yeah, join his Discord. Maybe send him a message. I know he does that stuff. I've seen him do that stuff, so he might be a good resource as well. Okay. After creating a tile set, click the value to unfold it in the inspector. The default tile shape is square, but you can also choose isometric, half offset square, or hexagon depending on the shape of your tiles. If you're using a tile shape other than square, you may also need to adjust the tile layout and tile offset axis. Lastly, enable render clipping UV property. It may be useful if you wish to use tiles by clipping by their tile coordinates. Set the tile size to 64. For us, it's going to be 16 by 16. Okay. Ours happens to be 16 by 16. Atlas. Okay, so we're going to create an atlas. After creating an atlas, add a new atlas. I think it just wants me to save it. Or do I have to select this? Okay. Would you like to automatically create tiles in the atlas? Yes. Okay, so now we have this atlas. Again, scrolling behavior here is different than in other places. That's a little bit annoying. Right, but we have this now. I have this tile atlas. I think that's all I need, but we'll find out. Let's keep reading. After creating the atlas, you must assign a tile sheet texture to it. This can be done. Okay, I already did that. And then it sliced it for us. If you wish to source tiles from several tile sheets, that's kind of cool that you can do that. Using a collection of scenes. So my question is, can I've seen people do this, making these different tiles have colliders and stuff on them. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that. But in our tile map, Oh, this thing. That's right. I've scaled these guys up to 4x. If I do a 4x. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Creating a tile map layer. It's a bunch of games on itch.io. Any good ones? If you're getting lost in them, I'm sure you're playing some good ones. Any ones you'd suggest? Any ones you'd suggest? You followed the previous using tile sets. You have this. To use the same tile set in every tile map node is to save the tile set to an external resource. To do so, click the drop down next to the tile set and click save. Okay. Save. Save as? Okay, here we go. This is going to be our tile set. Okay, and our tile set. Pull this down here. Creating tile maps. As of Godot 4, you can place several layers in a single tile map node. For example, this allows you to distinguish foreground tiles from background tiles for better organization. You can place one tile per layer at a given location, which allows you to overlap several tiles together if you have more than one layer. By default, a tile map node only has one pre-made layer. You do not have to create additional layers if you only need a single layer, but if you do wish so, if you do so now, select the tile map node and unfold the layers section of the inspector. Physics layers. Layers, here it is. Okay. So I can add an additional layer, it looks like. So I'm gonna have like a foreground and a background layer. At least a foreground and at least a background. Each layer has several properties. Name a human readable. All right, so we might have background. Add element, and we'll call this foreground. We're gonna have foreground and background element. Okay. Enabled if this layer is visible in the editor. Modulate the color to use a multiplier for all tiles on the layer. This is also multiplied with the per tile modulate property and the tile nodes modulate. For example, you can use this to darken background tile to make foreground tile stand out more. Lodge by Color Bomb. I haven't heard of that one, but feel free to drop a link. Maybe we'll check it out. If you want to, you don't have to. Color Bomb. Y sort enabled. Sorts tiles based on their Y position. This can be used to prevent sorting issues. Z index controls this layer is drawn in front or behind other layer maps. This value can be positive or negative. The layer with the highest is drawn on top of others. So I want my Z index for my foreground to be 1, is essentially what I'm seeing. I'm not sure what navigation does. What does navigation do? That's interesting. Creating tile map layers. All right, we did that. Opening tile map editor. Select the tile map node. Tile map. Oh, why are these? Oh, those are gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna start painting my tile map here. Yeah, so this is like a left, this is a right. I see. And then is there a middle? There's the middle. All right. So let's go ahead and draw a little bit of a level. Boop, boop, boop. Left, right. Just a little platform for it. I suppose it makes sense. Kind of want to have some like pre-defined things. Selecting tiles used for painting. Can skip the above. If you have it. Can I create like a preset shape? If you've created an alternative tiles in your tile sets, you can paint them. Ooh, if you've created scene collection in tiles, you can set them painting modes and tools, selection, paint, lines, rectangle, bucket fill, randomly scattering, pre-made tile placements using patterns. This is what I want to look into. Patterns. Select and drag or paste a tile map selection. All right, so I would select this. Ooh, drag and drop, that doesn't work. Control C, there we go. So now, if I wanted to paint, let's see what it has me do. To use the existing pattern, click on the pattern, switch to any paint mode, then left click somewhere in the 2D editor. That surprisingly doesn't work. I can Control V to paste it in. Like that. Mary Cat, thank you for the link. Color Bomb. Color Bomb. You find yourself trapped in a strange place, welcome to a mini escape. Oh, I love escape rooms. Oh, I'm a big fan of escape rooms. 53 minutes of playing. I don't know if I have time for this. I'm gonna bookmark this. This is good. Do you love it? Mary Cat, I love escape rooms. I love escape rooms. Thank you for sharing this. When I made the intro, I used, sorry, it's for some reason that text is blocked. I used 30-year-old torus object and formulas also. Had 288 vertices and 288 normals and 576 surfaces. So amount indicates that vertices and normals are associated and bound to each other. Now, if I'm exporting Blender objects, I'm getting normals for each surface, and that makes no sense for me. I have no idea. I wish I could help Proton. I have no idea. The art in this one beautiful. Did you ever play the old Myst games? Myst, Ribbon. There was some new ones that have come out too. I can't remember, but like Myst was the first, maybe the first one I played. Spelunky was another one when I was really young I played. But sort of like the point and click escape room type adventure games. Cool. All right, so I should be able to put this in here. Put this in here, just to have these guys on platforms. I want to make these have triggers. Myst is so good. Have you played Real Myst? They remade it fully 3D. It was like an enhanced version. And I wish they'd do that with Ribbon. But there is a version. I want to add in collision, navigation, and occlusion to tile sets. We've now successfully created a basic tile set. We could start using the tile map node now, but it currently lacks any form of collision detection. This means that player and other objects could walk straight through the walls or floors. If you use 2D navigation, you'll also need to define navigation polygons for tile generation's navigation mess. Lastly, if you're using 2D lights and shadows, blah, 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 particle effects, to be able to define collision, navigation, and occlusion shapes for each tile, you will need to create physics navigation to occlusion layer for the tile set resource. To do this, select the tile map node, select the tile set property value, the inspector to edit it in the unfold physics. Did I draw these on the right layer is the other thing? What layer are these on? No, I'm not sure. What layer am I drawing on? How do I tell what layer I'm on background? Ah, bummer. All right, we'll go to foreground. All right, it's in the wrong layer. So we got to delete these and these and these, but we made a pattern so we can switch to our foreground and paste this in. Boop, 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 like so. I haven't played the updated Myst. I'll look for that. I also enjoyed the Room series. Oh, the Room series were really good. Yeah. Other ones like a little bit more fantasy, but Shadowgate's one that comes to mind, as well as sort of an escape room first-person Myst-like game, Shadowgate. I think they remade that one too. Let's go into... All right, so now I'm drawing on my foreground. There was a physics layers, collision layers, physics material, It's not that I want this whole thing. Maybe it's terrain sets. Let's read a little bit more. If you also need navigation support, okay. Physics layer, add, and choose add element. Tile set, it's not all of them. So these are gonna be terrain. They don't need to check anything. Physics, material. It's not everything in here though. It's only some of them. After creating physics layer, you can access the physics layer section in the tile set atlas. Okay. So in our atlas, in our tile set, now we have physics here. Okay. Physics layer 1. Gotcha. Gotcha. Do I have to go one by one and add this in here? Is there a way to add undo? It's weird that it doesn't have undo. Reset. Okay, reset did the whole thing. Do I have to do it for every tile? That's a question. Can quickly create a rectangle collision shape by pressing F while the tile set. It's focused. Doesn't work. Try clicking the empty area around the polygon. So, okay. So, not too bad to come in and click it on all these. Can I select multiples? Yes. Yes. I can do it on multiples. Okay. So for now, the ones that are sort of foreground, I'm going to put as collision detection on these. So the ones that are bright here. All of these. The ones that are dark will sort of be background layer things. So we'll put those in backgrounds. Okay. If I do this, all right, my player can stand on these now. Pretty nice. Our enemies walk right off of them, which is sort of what we'd expect. I guess my camera needs to be lower. I might make it so my camera doesn't follow my player in the y-axis. In the y-axis there. All right, so we have a little bit of a tile map here. Been going for 90 minutes. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna refill my tea. We're gonna get ourselves a little more hydration liquid here. I'm almost out. This is water with some electrolytes in it. So I'm gonna get myself a little bit more electrolyte liquid. When we come back, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going here. We're gonna build out some more. Deep Space Renegade, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. We're making a 2D platformer in Godot. This is my first Godot project. So we're working on. We've added jumps. We have movement here. The camera's a little bit wonky. We have enemies. Let me fix the enemy here so you can. Or in my tile map, let me add a little bit extra here. Paint. Let me actually make it so the enemy won't just come out of here. Might have to make it a little bit wider. That enemy is definitely gonna pop right out. Let's add another one in here just so I can show the enemy a little bit here to you. Boop, 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 boop. And then we'll put this on top here and here. And let's get this like that. Boop, boop. There we go. So we can see the enemy has a little bit of a patrolling behavior to it. And if we jump, we can destroy the enemy. Ooh, the layering I have here. Tutorials date, learning lots. Awesome. What have you been learning about? What have you been working on? What are you learning about? I want that to appear in the front of our tile map, which is interesting. I'm wondering if I move this here, if that will work. No. So, tile map, probably the layers here. In our tile map layers, I bet I need to do like -1, -2, and -1 here. I could also move these to other layers. Let's try that. There we go. Now they appear in front of it. We're gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in just a moment, Deep Space Renegade. Tell me all about it. I want to know a little bit more. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Learning GD script and making some tutorial games awesome. I've been having some fun with GD script myself. Deep Space Renegade, don't go anywhere. Everyone, Captain Kurt will be back in just a moment. I just gotta top off my tea, get myself a little bit more electrolytes, and we'll be back for some more Godot. Stay cool. I'll be back. Deep Space Renegade, that sounds awesome. Started off in 2D, but I want to get into 3D. I have done most of my stuff in 2D. I've done a little bit of 3D stuff. We made a little bit of a space game. I'm not sure when you say space game, I'm not sure what type you mean. But we made a little top-down space game on Monday and Tuesday this week, which was really fun to do. I can show you. We made it in... we were learning about visual scripting in Unity. Let me see if I can go find it real quick. This is a learn... I don't know why this terminal is so slow right now. Learn you a visual script. So we made this game. Let's see if I can get in here. Interesting. Did I call this one? That can't be right. That can't be right. What did I call it? Let's go check it out real quick. It wasn't in Godot, but we made a little bit of a space shooter here. But we're back, folks. Starting in 2D, but I want to get into 3D. Yeah, me too. I'm going to do for the game jam. Learn you a game jam's coming up. I'm going to learn how to do some 3D stuff. Visual scripting space shooter. CD. Visual scripting space shooter. Here's what it is. So we made this game. Come on. Come on and load, man. My terminal is crazy slow. I don't understand what's going on here. Builds. I don't even know if this is the correct build, if I'm honest. I might have to load up Unity to see this. Do a .NET serve here and see what happens. But this was a fun little thing that we put together. Boom, 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 boom. You heard 3D? I've done a few 3D things. I've only done a few 3D things. So we made this. We made Captain Starlight. Let me turn the music so you can hear it. Probably super loud. Let me adjust the audio down here. But yeah, we made a space shmup. Prototype here. Yeah, so we got a little score at the top. Got a little life bar that when you take damage comes down. So we made this on Monday and Tuesday this week. Learning about how to do visual scripting. And this was super fun to do. This was a super fun one to do. When I first started out in Unity, I made another one I've made is Skydriver. Here's one of my first 3D games. Might even be my very first 3D game, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I can recall entirely, but we did this one called Skydriver. And it's kind of space themed as well. WASD mouse click to jump. So we made this game. Let's see if it'll load here. There it goes. This was my very first space game. We made this in a couple days when I was learning how to do it, but we have we can jump like this, and then we sort of speed up and move through these tunnels like that, and your goal is to reach the end of the level here. Bad Cop! How you doing, Bad Cop? It's great to see you. How the heck have you been? I hope you've been well. What have you been working on? What have you been up to? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I'm just assuming our streaming's I've been crazy busy, so I haven't seen anyone these days. Tom Foolery, great to see you. But yeah, we made this game here. This is the first 3D game I ever made. When I was first learning Unity, this is the first 3D game I ever made. Revere made this model here for us. You haven't been streaming? Gotcha. That makes sense then. That makes sense why I haven't seen you streaming. But this was a super fun one to make. This is inspired by Sky Roads. Sky Roads was a game. I should go back and remake this. I bet I could make this super cool here. The red ones actually destroy you if you hit them. The thing that was really cool about this game is that all of the levels are defined as these... See if I can find it. It might be in sets. I didn't know about scriptable objects yet. Prefabs. This one was cool because we did editor, builder, level test. All of the I even wrote unit tests. That's funny. All these levels are defined using text files. So these levels are generated as text files. Or they're text files and then they get loaded into 3D environments. So you can actually make levels, like a little level editor for this that you can make new levels. I'm really bad at this. Bad Cop unit test, I know. I'm a big fan of test-driven development. Yeah, it has just worked so well for me. Test-driven development has worked nicely for me. It has a night-only chess puzzle that was cool. Nice, nice. I'm gonna have to check it out. Tom Fuller, what have you been up to, my friend? Great to see you. Congratulations on your number 4. Yeah, the numbers are jumping through that tunnel is awkward. This makes me want to remake this game. That's only make me want to stop developing. Tests are great if you're working on a big project with a lot of other people. I found them to be awesome.
Whoa.
Holy cannoli, Krasenstein! How the heck have you been? Kras, what were you doing on your stream? Tell us all about it. Folks, you guys know Krasenstein, the incredible, unstoppable Krasenstein, creator of World of Grimm. Kickstarter got fully funded. Been working on this. It's coming out soon. Can people get into early access yet? Is it open to anyone right now, Kras? If you got a raid and run, also don't worry. Have a beautiful day.
Kickstarter variants.
Writing tests is hard. I have found writing tests for games to be really hard. Testing is interesting. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it, but I'm a big fan of testing when I can. I'm a terrible programmer. Here's really what it comes down. I'm a terrible programmer, and as a terrible programmer, I like to baby-proof things, and tests just help me baby-proof things. Also, folks, we're out here promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. We're out here promoting Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, which is coming up in just a few days, 10 days away, 10 days, 11 hours, 36 minutes, $750 in prizes. So that's why we're streaming so late today. We've been streaming all these off-schedule streams, but I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to let this guy tell you about it. I'm going to let this guy tell you all about Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam, how you can win up to $250 just by learning something new. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator, and Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. That's it, folks. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam coming up in just a few days. You can do it just for learning something new. You're entered to win $50. And if you make something awesome for the community that helps other people learn, 2 people are actually going to win $250. Go join it. If you can't join it, that's okay. Spread the word, folks. I'm trying to get the word out there, trying to get as many people as I can to know about this awesome opportunity to join our community and learn and code and grow together and get rewarded for learning something. Who doesn't want to get rewarded? Who doesn't want to get rewarded? Yeah, we're just going down memory lane a little bit on some of these old games I made. Some of the first games I made here. We're learning Godot. In the spirit of learning new things, I've been learning Godot. And so we're in the process of making a little platformer. We're making a little platformer in Godot. I'm learning about tile maps in Godot right now. Here's what we have. We have a tofu guy. Tofu man can jump. Tofu guy can jump. Tofu guy can jump on the meanie beanies. Pew, kill him. Tofu guy can jump on meanie beanie. Boom, got him. Got him. Take him out. Take him out. Tofu guy can pick up coins. They're in a terrible spot right now. Get coins. Tofu guy can fall into the abyss. the abyss. So that's what we got so far. So I'm having a blast learning a little bit about Godot, learning about GD script. It's been super fun. It's been super fun. There's a lot of things that are, it's way different. I want to say way different, but it's quite a bit different than Unity. So it's been fun. It's a tile map. It's incorrectly doing the spacing for the thing block. Is there something I can do about it, or do I just find a new one? The tile map is incorrectly doing the space. I don't quite understand the question, Bubbly Berkey. Are you saying that so you have a tile map. Are you saying that the tile map itself, like the file itself, isn't lined up, has the wrong tiles? I would say look at your tile atlas. It has partly other blocks in it. That sounds weird. It sounds like maybe your file that you're using for the tile map may not be the right one. So do you mean, so like you're drawing it out and it has a piece of the tile on the side? Is that what you're saying? So it's not lined up properly, don't correctly slice. That sounds like an issue with, there's a couple things it could be. Is it just like a little sliver? Is it just like a little sliver of the sprites that are next to it? Or is it like a whole piece of it? So there's two things that might be causing it. One of them is called tearing. So if you're just getting just like a little sliver of the sprite next to it, that's because of compression that's happening and a filter that's being applied to it. So if you're using pixel art here, we need to turn off the filter. So if we go to our project settings, so you notice see how crisp all this stuff looks. In our project settings, if you search for filter, you go to your textures, the default filter here is actually going to be linear. So you'll see this happen to mine. I'm going to switch it to linear. I'll click close, and everything gets kind of fuzzy. Everything gets kind of fuzzy now, and some of my tiles will bleed over. Oh, you have it on nearest. Okay. So that's the first thing I would check, is make sure you have nearest on that. Okay. So then you'll have these crisp views. The other thing that might be causing it is that it might not be sliced entirely properly. So if we go into our tile set, I would come in and make sure, and I'm not an expert in Godot, by the way, I would make sure that these are sliced. If I click on one of these, if I go into the actual slice here, do you have any of this? Are these slices overlapping at all? That would be one thing to check as well in the atlas itself, in the tile set atlas. So if you select these individual sprites, do these look correct? Are these sliced correct here? Would be something that you'd want to check into. Oh, so you can adjust that by tile size here. Okay, so for example, you might be, by default, it might have 48, which would be too wide, and then you're gonna get the wrong slices. You'll get the wrong slices if it's 40. If it was 18, see how it has like a little bit off here? If I did 7, they'd be super janky. So you wanna make sure that this is set to the right values. So I probably shouldn't have adjusted mine. Now mine's, there it goes, there it goes. Now it's updated back to where it was. So in your tile map node, make sure you have your tile size set to the correct pixel size for your sprite atlas. Mine happened to be 16 by 16. I hope that is helpful. Okay, so we have here we have terrain. Sorry, I was thinking. We can build out a level here. Oh, I was gonna adjust my camera feels like it doesn't work properly. I kind of want to make it so my camera doesn't move up and down. And I'm not sure. Fixed top left. No. Fixed top left. That does not. I don't think that's what I want. drag center. I don't want to drag on the Y. I increase this. I think it's just a bad design from the PNG because it's supposedly 16 by 16, but I have it on 16 by 16. Some are right, some are wrong. I wonder if it's just not lined up properly. Yeah. Maybe this will work with their offset. It's a little bit better. Okay. Somehow I ended up with this thing here. Okay, I like that. That's not bad. So I do need to make it so if my character falls too far that they sort of respawn. But let's go ahead and draw out some, let's make a whole level. Let's make a whole level here. I'm just gonna still, like, I made a Tofu Land game previously. We're just gonna take this, we're gonna do a level here for our tile map. And we'll draw it out. Draw it out here. So our tofu have a wall, have a floor. Can I right click to delete? Perfect. Right click to delete like that. If you don't want to go up and down, couldn't you make the camera not follow the character but just move left and right when the character moves left and right? Yeah, I'm not on that. For whatever reason, the camera, there's no option. And maybe I'm wrong. I can't seem to... The camera only moves when reaching the edge. Yeah, I can't seem to make it not do that. It always follows the Y direction for some reason. I don't know how to fix that. I could. I want it to not, yeah, you were right though. I want it to not follow my player's Y. Me too. I'm just learning, so I feels like it should. Smoothed. Sure. The camera smoothly stops when reaches its limits. Ah, we can set a limit so that it's position smoothing enabled. Rotation smoothing, drag, horizontal. Editor. Ooh, draw limits. So I could set a limit up and down. Do an offset here of 100. Oh, wrong way. Negative 200. This is like negative 100. I'm not sure if I wanted to. That guy Doru, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. This seemed okay though. Yeah, so it is following us on the top and bottom. Let me move my player. Have them start here. Let's just do a quick look. A limit is what I'd have to do, I'm pretty sure. Limit. Let's go to camera. Limit, top, bottom. That's interesting. It's gonna put it up there. And then I would have to move. Maybe I could move my level. Yeah, it's interesting. I could do that. We got a lot of pixels. That guy Dora. We got a couple. We got a few pixels. Got a few pixels. Let me look, and let me look at the documentation. Let me see. Godot, camera, 2D, don't move Y. That make you don't move when the camera. Godot, camera, 2D, lock Y. Doesn't represent the actual position which may differ. Camera node for 2D scenes, it forces the screen to scroll following the node. This makes it easier and faster. Cameras register themselves. Node, drag. Yeah, I only want it to follow. Why? It's interesting. Let's ask ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT can help us. In Godot 4, how do I make a camera 2D not follow only on the x-axis? I knew I could do it in a script. You can make a camera 2D follow only x-axis by manipulating its position in the process function of a script attached to the camera node. Here's an example of how you can achieve this. Get the player's position. We lerp the camera's Y version. This script will make the camera 2D follow the player only on the x-axis. Adjust the follow speed variable to control how quickly the camera moves. Assuming your player is a player. So we can do that. Too bad they don't have it in the stream. It can be pretty good for I find it is wrong a lot of the time. I find it does things wrong a lot of the time. I'm not sure that it speeds me up all that much. So for example, that was not the response. That's not really what I want to know. I was like, yeah, I know I can make a script to do it. For me though, I know a lot of people find it useful. I'm not saying I don't find it useful. I just know that it's not as useful as I want it to be. All right, so we're gonna move these enemies as well. Well, let's draw our level, then we'll add in some enemies as we go. Let's get rid of some coins. Okay. Draw our level, and I set my camera 2D. Reset. Okay. Let's do our tile map here. And we'll just keep drawing this out. Gonna jump up here and then jump up here. Come across. Fill it in. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Like so. And we're drawing on the foreground, still good. That's fair. I'm more of an amateur, so it helps describe lots of topics. Oh, I find it, so for coding, I don't think it's good if you ask it to write code for you. I think it's very good for potentially having questions, talking to it, getting feedback. Yeah, so I would agree with that. Say, how would I approach such and such a thing? Can you create a lesson for me that does X? Can you create a lesson for me that does Y? I do see that there's a lot of value in that. There is a ton of value in that. Let's add in a spike pit here. So we're gonna put spikes down here, like this. We'll have to add in a collider for these as well. Okay, but we'll have a spike pit, and then the plan is you gotta jump over the spikes there, like that. When we get here, we'll have an enemy that is patrolling down here. We'll have an enemy down in this area that you have to jump on, potentially jump on. It's going to be walking down here. Then we will have, we'll have you jump up here. You could also just jump past the enemy. We'll have maybe I could even just draw with this, fill out my area, and then add the top there. I've gotten usable code from it. So have I. It's relatively simple. I'm not sure. I'm sure it couldn't create anything that's too unique that worked. It does. I would say that it writes too many bugs for me to trust it. It can write complex things, but it writes a lot of bugs, is what I will say. Okay, so we'll have this area here. There's going to be some spikes. And then we'll have an enemy in there. And the enemy, you'll have to jump on the enemy to get over to get into this next area here. Okay. And let's go ahead and now we'll put an area that has a platform. So you have to jump onto this platform. There will be spikes beneath it. I have a little area here. Let's move this spikes all beneath it. You'd probably do better with something with a narrow code focus like Copilot. Yeah, so something with just like, yes, exactly. So something that is specifically for coding is probably a little bit better of a bet. I'll put an enemy there. So we're gonna have to make it so our enemies patrol smarter. Right now our enemies are going to patrol really dumb patrolling. Have come up here. Up here. And then we'll have a little drop down. We'll have a little drop down onto some spikes here. And you won't be able to fall past them. We'll make these. See, this is what we did in our level before. Have some spikes down here like this. We'll have a wall here that you can't get past, so you have to drop down there. And then you'll have to land on an enemy to safely bump here. So fall on an enemy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Just fall straight down. There'll be an enemy that's moving fast here, though. And then we'll have... that's what I did. We had spikes on the ceiling. That's what I did. I had spikes like this. Yeah, so I have spikes like this on the top. And so you can't just jump in here. There's going to be an enemy coming. You have to jump on the enemy here, land inside this area here, like that. And then this will just sort of be the end of the level. So this is just a little prototype level we're putting together. And to get to the final end, there's going to be sort of a platform up here you have to reach. Like this. We'll go ahead and encase this area like so. Boop, boop, boop. Encase the area. There is a... we'll have this come up like that. These guys will be stuck inside. Like this. You will have a couple guys up here that you have to jump on to get to the final. Put some spikes here. And we'll put some spikes on the ceiling. And let's move this up one, like that. All right, let's see if we can run through this level. Node into a scene does? Yeah. So, nodes are your game objects, essentially. So nodes are things that can have behaviors on them. They can represent stuff. So for example, I have a player node, right? So my player node here is a parent object that contains several things. It contains a sprite, which represents how my player is drawn. I'm going to change this collision shape here actually to a capsule shape. Let me fix this capsule shape now. Height. Can drag that out like that. And width. Perfect. Okay. Height's probably too high. Oops, I want to shrink that down. Let's see how we did here. Can you explain to me what making a node into a scene does? Yeah. So your nodes are like your enemies. So I have an enemy node that I can add in. So let's add my enemy node in here. This particular one controls an enemy in my universe. I'll go ahead and put this enemy over here. It's going to be walking back and forth on these spikes. So in fact, I'm going to add in some extra collision for it. Let me put it over here. I haven't finished my enemy AI. I want to make my enemy not walk off the edge of platforms. Right now it walks off the edge of platforms. So if we get here, when I put it here, it's going to walk off the edge and fall. So these are like entities in your world. So we have a little player object, little enemy here. The nodes are like your player, your enemy, spikes. We need to make these spikes do a thing. They are the sprite map here. And that's up. We also make the enemy destroy the player. Make sure I can jump and make all these jumps here. Like that. Gonna use behavior trees for the AI cap. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what a behavior tree is, if I'm being completely honest. My AI is just probably gonna be dumb. If I'm completely honest, my AI is gonna not be very smart. So I'm suspecting that will not be the case. I suspect my AI will just be kind of quite dumb, is what I'll say. Oh, don't want to make a new tile map. I wanted to add in a spike here. If I create a tile map, is it supposed to be a scene? So there's no such thing. So I'm probably saying scene incorrectly. In Godot, everything is a node. Dumb mini, yeah. So in this one here, I could save this whole level here. So I could save this whole level as this whole scene. Of a branch is an instantiated scene to be edible. Create a new inherited scene. Oh, so I can't do that. So, for example, my enemy here is a scene. It's really just a node. That's one thing. My enemy is a node. My enemy has all of these properties on them. These ones happen to be script behaviors that I've defined to use, like reusable. Eb010, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you, Bubbly Berkey. Let me know if I can try and explain it a little bit better. But I'm also quite new to it. So my tile map defines in the scene a space where I can draw 2D tiles and paint 2D tiles in the world, and they'll be rendered. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a scene. It's just a node. JD might know. JD, welcome back to the stream. Happy Saturday evening, my friend. I hope you're doing well. It probably can be, though. Yeah, you could make it. I don't think it'll hurt. So scene is an interesting word because really scenes are just nodes. So I have a coin scene. It's just a node that has my coin data packaged into it. My main scene here is all of this stuff. Really, it's like my level 1. We have an enemy scene, but yeah, we're just making a little, we just put together a little platformer for this here. For organization, yeah, so it's a tree hierarchy. It's how you can organize things, have things nested inside of each other to represent more complex data. Yeah, it's quite powerful. JD, how's your day been? You've been streaming a lot, my friend. I hope it's been well. Yeah, we're able to do this. I kind of want to add a parallax thing. I need to make my enemy not walk off edges. I want to make my enemy, when it reaches the edge here, it'll turn around. And so scenes break up your tree so you can edit branches separately. Yeah, scenes break up your tree so you can edit branches separately. Yeah, so for example, my enemy scene lets me just, it's sort of like an isolation, encapsulates all the components of how an enemy works together. Right, so it takes all these things and says these things work together as a unit. These things work together. Good. I'm glad that was helpful. I'm super new to Godot, so I'm not sure all the terminology. I keep thinking of it in terms of Unity, so I apologize that my brain doesn't quite do it well. JD here, JD there. Know how I find who to raid. Eyebrows, you know, JD, you do the dev. Did you guys know JD? JD does dev, JD does Godot, JD does impressions.
Feel like you're talking with Captain. Let me see if I could do my Captain impression. I am not the Captain, but my eyebrows also move in a way like the Captain.
Thank you for the raid, JD. JD said you would be loopy. I'm a little loopy. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty tired. JD. How was your stream? JD failed the eyebrows. Gohaku, Shiloh, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. I teach computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14. And in this stream, we learn and code. It is way past my bedtime, Captain After Dark. Yeah, so I teach computer science programs. It's my full-time job. We do got Settlers of Catan back there. Do I have Settlers of Catan? We have, which one do I have back there? Hang on. JD, let me pull my pants up for you. Just in case. What do I got back here? I don't think I have Settlers of Catan on here, but I have Struggle for Catan. Where is it? Struggle for Catan. Here we go. The Struggle for Catan. Struggle for Catan is a great game. It's even simpler than... It's true, Craig. We do have some magic together. The Struggle for Catan is a multiplayer card game about the Settlers of Catan. So instead of settling on a board, after dark and you're sitting... I got tired, JD. I got tired. I got real sleep. I'm all covered in sawdust, apparently. I was I've got a miter saw. Is this the multiverse? Whoa! Welcome to the multiverse. I wish my blur effect worked on this scene. That'd be funny. So I could be, welcome to the multiverse. Something wild like that. JD, I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friends. How was your stream? What were you working on? That is Chaos in a Box. Yeah, Struggle for Catan. Good stuff. But yeah, it's a card game. We are learning about the Godot here. We're learning about Godot. We are learning. Thank you so much for the follow, Shiloh. I'd like to thank you for following me now, Shiloh. Welcome to the crew, my friend. I'd like to thank you for following, and I hope you enjoy your stay today. Shiloh, my friend, you're great. Welcome to the crew today. What tool do you use to teach your class? It's online remote. Most of my classes I teach C# programming for the most part. I also do a web dev class, I do a Lua class, and I do some classes on game dev in Unity and also in TIC80. See JD's raid message funny? What's the raid message? Sorry, I'm tired here. Made some updates to my raid alert that will be going live soon. Nice. Tomorrow is Back to the Bear. Back to the Bear. JD and the Bear. Oh, what a crew. Oh, and it's all in high school. I teach middle school, ages 10 to 14. Even younger. 10 to 14. It's pretty awesome. This is my... JD, this is the only thing keeping me going right now. This is the only thing... Look. Look. JD, it's late over here, man. It's tired. The only thing I got. This is the only thing keeping me going right now. Gotta keep that big brain juice. JD, you're keeping me going, my friend. You're keeping me going, JD. It's all about you. Yeah, JD, without your big brain, I'd be nothing. I'd just be a guy, a big pile of goo on the ground. Oh no, he's losing it. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Captain Coder's losing his mind. All right, folks. Okay, so what were we doing? You got some bats in the attic. Yeah, you saw them up there. He's drinking your big brain. Also, folks, if you guys don't know, JD is the host of the Captain Heart emote. Exclusive Captain Coder Heart emotes. You guys know I'm not an affiliate, so I don't get to have my own emotes. JD was nice enough to host one for us. Nice enough to hold us. So we got all of the Captain Coder collectible emotes available at Captain Coder's favorite streamers. Here we got the Clayman Coder. We've got the Dev Donut Cappy approved. We got the Captain approved. We got the Irish Captain. We got JD Does Captain Heart. We've got the Moon is Captain Doy. We got the Captain Woe. We got the Thinda Watts. What? Get them all.
Doyle. Seems good.
Make the screen go crazy. Collect them all just so you can do that. That's right. Yours to keep forever. I need to, for Amir, for a measly. I need to make a little video. I forgot about all the videos there. I need to make a video for that one that plays when people use it. That's what I'm missing. The Aya, welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Great to have you here. JD, we gotta figure out what to do with your JDs. I'm thinking we need to have a JD Does Sus. I don't need, look, I don't want the ads.
If you want to feel
That's not what I meant
like
to
you're
do,
talking
but
to the
okay,
captain,
that's what I meant to
let me
I
see
meant to do
if I can do my
sus.
captain
We need to do a JD sus. If you can
not the
spend
captain, but my
your
eyebrows
points on
also
you
move
spend your
in a way
JDs there.
like the captain.
JDs, JD does that. Let's give you 5. JD, thank you so much for the raid. 5 JDs for you. Folks, you can get JDs here. Travel the world, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. JD has all the JDs to give here, folks. Yeah. There you go. It's part of a JD now. you're one in the same. You're one in the same. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, folks. I am a little loopy. Okay. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do Godot next? I want to make it. Oh, JD, you're a Godot expert. You're a Godot expert. If you gotta go, that's okay. Do you know if there's an easy way to make it so the camera? I want it to follow the player, the X and Y. I don't teach Godot in school. I'm brand new to Godot. Is there a way to make it so the camera's Y, without writing a script? Can I make the camera's Y position locked to the player? I don't want the Y on the camera to move. There doesn't seem to be a feature built into it. Shiloh's better at 2D than you? Okay. Is there a camera option on this to make it so that my camera doesn't fall on the Y-axis, or do I have to write a script for that? Seems like limit would be the thing to do, but I don't know what my limit is. I guess I could draw it specifically. But yeah, I don't want the Y to move. I want the Y to be set. But I want the X, I want it to follow just on the X-axis. I could just write a script. I know I could write a script. Yeah, you could draw limits, but let me test it real quick for your needs. Thanks. Yeah, I just want it to be set. I want my Y to be set, and so I don't have to deal with it. So it'll always see the whole height of the level. I need to do 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah, so I sort of want that. Do 1, 2, 3 more. We'll add one on the bottom. Let's go back to my tile map. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boo. I think with your limits, you can set them the size of your viewport. Okay. Those are words that probably mean something. I bet those are words that can mean something. So this needs to be a little bit higher here. Like that. Is that your limits of the size of your... I'm sure those mean... I'm sure those are words that are real. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Cinecam right now they're at, yeah. So I tried. So if I go into my camera, but how do I know what value to set them? Gotta run, Captain, but have a great stream. I'll have to catch you some other time when I'm not so sleepy. Get some rest. Iea, thank you so much for being here. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being awesome. You're welcome back anytime. Oh, I forgot to promote. We're doing Captain Coders Learning a Game Jam. Be sure to consider joining it. Be sure to consider joining Learn Your Game Jam. $750 in prizes this time around. Actually, we got a sponsorship. So there's going to be $950 in prizes, actually. I got to figure out the extra bonus prizes. But yeah, we got a sponsor. Someone reached out like, "Hey, can we do a sponsorship for your game jam?" It's like, "Yeah, man, let's get these people learning some good stuff." So we'll probably have $950 in prizes. Over $700 in prizes, though. Awesome. It's over 9,000. No, I'm not. Look, JD. People keep saying that I'm a, there's this rumor going around that Captain Coder's a bazillionaire. It's not true. I'm not a Brazilianaire. I have 0 Brazilians. Not a Brazilianaire at all. Why do they call it Godot and not Godot? It's a good question. I saw your Kickstarter pledge to JD, stop being so nosy. I'm just kidding. Look. I bet you are one of those favorite teachers in your school. I love teachers like you. I think some of the students like me. I'm a pretty tough teacher too. I'm pretty tough. It's Samuel Beckett. So how do I know what to set the limit to is the question. So I want the limit to kind of be here. I was backer one. It might not have been the most, but it was first. You were first. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Tough is good, but humor goes a long way too. I think my students, I try to be fair. I think my students think I'm fair. All right, so let's add to our background real quick. I'm gonna add this background layer here. And this is gonna be one big rectangle. That is the background. Bring it to the back. Boop, boop, doop, boop, 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 doop, doop. The devs choose the name because they said waiting for new features was like characters in the play waiting for the Tyler character. I don't understand. I'm confused. It's from the Samuel Beckett play. Oh, waiting for Godot. Gotcha. I missed that part there. Okay. All right. So now I got this nice Unity blue. All right. So I do want to limit my camera on the left side. Can I figure out? How do I figure out the so I want to figure out the limit on the bounds. Can I just draw them in? There was an option it looked like for drawing bounds. Drag, draw. Oh, I can't actually draw the limits. It's saying draw limits there. Okay. So I do 0. Let's do minus 48. Minus 64, okay. I can do top, let's go 0. Okay. Bottom 64 times something. Is there a way to rotate a tile? Probably, maybe not an individual tile. In a tile map, there's probably not a way to rotate an individual tile. I know you can rotate a node, so for example, in your transform, we can rotate the you can rotate the whole thing. That's one option. Where can I spend all my JDs? Yeah, I have nothing. There's nowhere to spend them yet. There's nowhere to spend them yet. You just gotta hoard them. Ooh. There's an option in check under scene settings. Scene. Uh-oh. You know. You said project settings, view, viewport, window, view, window. What a weird size. All right, so 1152, 648. I really don't want it to be 648. I probably need to adjust the size of this, but that's okay. Thank you, JD. 648. Boom. Now things will be... It's not quite what I want. My right side... All right, let's limit our right side to 10,000. I'm not even sure where this is. 10,000 is way too much, maybe. Let's try 1,000's not going to be too much. So 2,000, 5,700. That's a good guess. I should have just halved it, right? 5,000. We're gonna do a little binary search here. That was not binary search at all. 5,500. Feel like I used to be able to. There it is. There it is. All right. The ruler on top. How dare you? How dare you point out the ruler? One ruler to rule them all. Thanks, JD. That was very helpful. Very, very helpful. All right, so set the bottom to 648. Let's go ahead and add one more tile down at the bottom here to make it fit. Oh, we got a JD over here. Got a JD over in this area. JD, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, my friend. Thank you so much again for the raid. Thank you for the woe. Thank you for the sus. Thank you for the wat. Thank you for the cloud. All right, folks. We're gonna add in a little bit more to our tile map here. Just gonna add in this, gonna fill in this bottom space here. Across the bottom. Oh, I'm in background land. Let's go to our foreground. All right, we're just gonna fill this in like show. Boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boo. Ba-doop, boo. All right, so now it should trap us in here. Nice. Okay. That'll work. That'll do. I can jump way too far. I need to make gravity harsher on our character. I can jump way, way too far. Let's add a multiplier of gravity. Here, let's go into our... Let me save. I gotta do a commit before I break everything. Let's do a commit. Yeah, I was hoping there was just like an option to say don't move on the y-axis. It's okay. And then in code, you could potentially adjust the limit. Get status, get add. Why is this terminal so slow? If I create a new, my terminal is running so slow. Let's try open up a new instance of VS Code. Learn you a Godot. We're Godoting it. Get status. No, it's still slow. I don't know why this is so slow. It's normally not this bad. Feet, or we'll do a chore. Add tile maps. What's your favorite environment to work in? I imagine you use quite a bit of languages and tools. I'm a huge fan of... Get add commit. I'm a huge fan of C#. C# is one of my favorite programming languages. I've only been doing game dev for a little bit more than a year. I've made games before that, but I've really only been doing game dev for about 2 years now. I am most comfortable in 2D Unity. Personally. My biggest complaint is maybe not the right word, but the one thing that turns me off from GDScript in teaching my classes at my school, the main reason I don't use it is it's not a general purpose language. You can only program in GDScript in Godot. That's the biggest downside to me. And most of my classes, even my game dev classes, are heavily they're basically, yeah, general, but not in the same way. Exactly. So my classes, even my game dev classes, tend to be heavily focused on programming, and students write their code for the most part outside of the game, and I have them write unit tests and stuff like that. And so it's a little bit of a... it's the only reason I don't really use Godot. I'm really excited that Godot C# is getting pretty good. The reason I haven't started using it in Godot and C# is because... So I work at 100% remote. My school is 100% remote. It's online. The web builds for Godot in .NET, so Godot 4, don't exist with .NET yet. There are some major improvements coming in .NET 9, which is going to be releasing in November. It's in preview right now, that we are hoping will allow us to do web builds in Godot. So I'm sort of waiting for that. We'll see. I noticed that some of the stuff has been pushed the backlog to .NET 10 though, so we may not actually get it, which would be a bummer. But that's my main reason, is I really like to be able to do web builds because it's much easier for my students to share their work. So yeah, exactly. The web builds in Godot right now are just super. So it's not mature yet, right? So it's still maturing, which is super exciting. I've been actually flying Godot for I think about 10 years now, maybe closer to 8, because I'm a big Linux guy. I use Windows because streaming is just easier on Windows, but I'm a big Linux guy, and I've been following Godot for many years because of its open sourceness and using it on Linux. And so I actually did use a Godot experimentally back in version 2, I think, maybe even version 1. But I'm just so excited for it. I'm so excited for it. It's just going to continue getting better because it is being widely adopted. And so I suspect it'll continue to live in many different forms for a long time to come. All right, so this is nice. My camera is doing a thing I don't like. It's too high. Why is my camera so high? Let's make these camera 648. Let's change that to 700. There we go. Oh, so we move up a little bit. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. It would be great to see a version of Godot as mainstay, as Blender. Exactly. In a couple years, I think, you know, in the next 10 years, absolutely we'll get there. K9 Byte, thank you so much for the follow. Have you met K9? They just followed me right now. You know, K9 Byte, you're great, you're grand, you're cool. Thank you for following me. T31337, T3 Leet, I think that's gonna go. T3 Leet, T3 Leet, T3 Leet, T311337. Thank you for following me. The engine is all open source. The game code is all open source. Camera jack seems a bit too much. Will be hard to react to danger. Yeah, I want to get it so it doesn't. I kind of want to just make it not have it, right? So I kind of want to just turn off. What is that? Here, we can adjust it live here. T-Elite, or T3 for short. Thank you so much for being here, T3. Glad to have you in the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I need to adjust it a little bit more here. My top needs to come down to like 50. And let's try that. Oh, nice. Nice, that's awesome. Okay, so now we don't move up or down. I think I might even turn the drag off, or make it a little bit. Yeah, let's make it. Is it left margin? We need to make it wider. I'm not sure. Wider. One of these two numbers, either wider or less wide. One of those two things. Congratulations, Mary Cats. Only stuff that's behind closed doors is sensitive stuff like Smurf detection. That was not the right direction. You can also drag margins in the editor. Ooh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Do I need these to be 0? I thought that would fix it. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. Nice. Boom. Got him. Sweet. Okay, so it's gonna be our little level here. We gotta get up in there and save Bofu. All right, I want to adjust. Let's do a save. Let's do a commit. Thank you guys so much for the help. Everyone, thank you so much for all your help. For helping me out. 250 points. All you beautiful people out there. I didn't do it per points at all. 250. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been awesome. All right, folks, I got to give a little bit of announcement. I don't know if I showed you guys this yet, but we are going to be hosting Captain Coder's Linear Game Jam. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to let this guy tell you all about it. This guy here is going to tell you all about Captain Coder's Linear Game Jam. So if you would, please direct your attention all lurkers. Attention all lurkers. Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. And Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam. We'll see you there. Yeah, so make sure you guys join the Captain Coders on your game jam. You get entered to win just for submitting what you learned. You get entered to win $50, and if you submit a really good blog or video blog, we have 2 prizes here, 2 $250 prizes, one for the most educational blog, one for the most educational video or podcast. You are going to win $250. So I hope you guys will consider joining it. It's all about learning. It's not about making the best game. It's about learning something. So I hope you will consider doing that. All right, folks, I got to wrap up for today. We've been having a blast. Have a blast here streaming it. I'm so excited for it. So be sure to join Captain Coder Game Jam. Join the Discord to find out more. Find a team. Join others in it. I'm so excited. My Godot just crashed. Bubbly Berkey. I'm so sorry to hear that. Folks, I will be back tomorrow, though. We're going to find someone to raid out to. I am just so tired. I'm so tired. I've been up since 2 a.m. and it's 8 p.m. here. I'm gonna get some rest. We're gonna go right into Science, folks. Science streams, incredible science communicator, incredible human being. We're gonna go raid over there. Let me get that raid side started. But folks, I'll be back tomorrow. What time tomorrow stream? I'll be 4 a.m. I think. Great question, Tom Fullery. I'm not entirely sure. Probably gonna be trying streaming like 6 hours tomorrow. I'm probably gonna stream twice. Once early in the morning for me, so probably in about 12 hours, and then another one in about 16 hours, something like that. 12 hours, then 18 hours. It's a good question. But if you want to know exactly when, join the Discord. I'll be sending out an announcement when I know the exact time we're going to do that. Science behind, maybe we'll do Fractal Mind Dev. Maybe we should do Fractal Mind Dev. No, we're going to do Science. I've never get to raid Science. All right, folks, Science streams, incredible science communicators. You're going to have so much fun over there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.